14-year-old Brigitte came face to face with the most terrifying moment of her life when her father pointed a gun at her 21-year-old boyfriend after he proposed marriage. Her father was so furious that he threatened to shoot him on the spot. After several years of pleading and convincing, he finally allowed Brigitte to marry Roger Vadim, marking the beginning of a complex love life filled with secret affairs. Throughout the 1960s, Brigitte stood out as an exceptional actress and singer. While her achievements in the entertainment industry were widely recognized, there were many aspects of her personal life, particularly her romantic relationships, that remained hidden from the public. This video will explore some of the secret love affairs that Brigitte Bardot kept private over the years. Before we dive into the details, I've noticed that only a small percentage of viewers are actually subscribed to my channel. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. It's free, and you can always change your mind later. Now, let's get into the story. Brigitte earned her title as a sex symbol of her time, known for her free-spirited nature and open-minded approach to love. Despite the many failed relationships she experienced, she never hesitated to seek passion and connection. It has been confirmed that she dated over 21 men and was married 4 times. When asked in an interview about her secret affairs, she candidly admitted, "The present was getting lukewarm. I always looked for passion, and that's why I was often unfaithful. When the passion was coming to an end, I was packing my suitcase." One of the relationships she kept hidden was an affair with French actor Jean-Louis Trintignant. At the time, Brigitte was still married to producer Roger Vadim when she and Jean-Louis met on the set of the French romantic drama And God Created Woman in 1956. Interestingly, the film was directed by her husband, Roger Vadim. Initially, her relationship with Jean-Louis was strictly professional, as they were co-stars working together. However, as time passed, they developed deep feelings for each other and eventually decided to pursue a secret affair. Keeping their romance hidden was crucial, as Brigitte was still married to Roger, and their affair could have caused a scandal in the industry. Meerman Vaughn and Meerman Audran making their affair even more complicated. As time went on, their relationship grew stronger, and rumors began to spread that they were secretly living together while Brigitte was still married to Roger Vadim. Her marriage soon started facing difficulties, especially when Roger began to suspect her infidelity. Eventually, Brigitte and Roger decided to get a divorce in 1957. Although the official reason for their separation was never publicly disclosed, many believed that her extramarital affairs played a significant role in the breakdown of their marriage. After the divorce, Brigitte continued living with Jean-Louis Trintignant for several years. However, their romance came to an end in 1958. Following their breakup, reports surfaced that Brigitte attempted suicide by taking sleeping pills. Fortunately, she was rushed to the hospital in time and recovered quickly. Brigitte became an expert at keeping her secret affairs hidden, as she was involved with another man while still in a clandestine relationship with Jean-Louis Trintignant. During this time, she began an affair with French musician and actor Gilbert Bécaud, even while still seeing Jean-Louis. Later, she admitted that her relationship with Jean-Louis' frequent absences due to military service. Feeling overwhelmed by the pressures of her career and personal life, she saw these affairs as an escape from her reality. Roger Vadim, her husband at the time, suspected that Brigitte was involved with multiple men, which many believed to be the main reason behind their divorce. In the end, it turned out that she was having simultaneous affairs with both Jean-Louis Trintignant and Gilbert Bécaud, while still married to Roger. After her marriage with Roger ended, her relationship with Gilbert also came to a close. By 1958, Brigitte Bardot's career had reached its peak. She was being selected for major roles and had become one of the most sought-after actresses of her time. That same year, she became the highest-paid French actress, solidifying her status as a global icon. Following her breakup with Roger Vadim, she began acquiring properties, demonstrating her immense wealth. She first purchased a historic property in Cannes and, in 1959, bought another home in Saint-Tropez, which would later become one of her most famous residences. As her career continued to flourish, Brigitte entered into a relationship with French actor and producer Jacques Charrier. Their romance led to marriage on June 18, 1959, but what many people didn't know was that she was already pregnant with their first child before the wedding. In January 1960, she gave birth to their son, Nicolas Jacques Charrier. However, over time, Brigitte began losing interest in her marriage, which led her to secretly start a relationship with actor Glenn Ford. Their affair remained a well-guarded secret, known only to the two of them, as they took extreme measures to keep it hidden from the public. Brigitte was well aware that if her husband discovered the affair, it would likely lead to yet another divorce. Brigitte's affair with Glenn Ford lasted throughout the early 1960s. However, as time passed, her marriage to Jacques Charrière began to crumble. She was visibly unhappy and unsatisfied, and Jacques started to suspect that she was involved in an affair. Eventually, they decided to divorce in 1962, and their son Nicolas was raised by the Charrière family. A few months after her divorce, her relationship with Glenn Ford also came to an end. However, it was later revealed that while she was still married to Jacques, she was secretly involved with another man, French actor Sammy Frey. After her divorce, she continued her relationship with Sammy, and in a later interview she admitted that she had fallen deeply in love with him. Interestingly, Jacques Charrière had no idea about her affair with Glenn Ford during their marriage. He only found out about her relationship with Sammy Frey. Brigitte had hoped that her romance with Sammy would turn into a lifelong relationship, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. He left her just a few months after her divorce. After 2 failed marriages, Brigitte entered into her 3rd marriage with millionaire playboy Gunter Sachs. Their marriage lasted from 1966 to 1969 before they eventually went their separate ways. However, it was later revealed that during her marriage to Gunter, she had a secret affair with Italian media personality Gigi Rizzi in 1968. At the time, Gigi was one of the most well-known playboys, famous for his romantic escapades with some of the most beautiful female stars of the era. Brigitte was drawn to his charm and began dating him despite still being married. Feeling bored and restless in her marriage, she sought excitement and passion in her relationship with Gigi. However, their romance was short-lived, and they eventually parted ways a few months later. While still married to Gunter Sachs, Brigitte also had a secret affair with actor Patrick Gilles. By then, her marriage was already struggling due to her extramarital relationships and other underlying issues. Brigitte's affair with Patrick Gilles began when they met on the set of the French romantic comedy film The Bear and the Doll. Their secret romance lasted for several years, remaining hidden until her divorce from Gunter Sachs was finalized. Once the divorce was official, she made her relationship with Patrick public, and they continued dating until 1971. Throughout the 1970s, Brigitte was involved in more than 6 relationships with various well-known entertainers, but none of them seemed to last very long. By 1973, she decided to retire from the film industry and instead focused on causes she was passionate about. She established the Brigitte Bardot Foundation, an organization dedicated to animal activism. To this day, she continues to advocate for animal welfare and remains one of the most prominent voices in the movement. Brigitte is currently married to Bernard Diormel, and their marriage has remained strong over the years. In a later interview, she reflected on her past, saying, "I gave my youth and my beauty to men. I am now giving my wisdom and my experience to animals."